Hi there, and welcome to the weekly wrap video. The start of this week was very much dominated by oil prices. This came after news that OPEC and non-OPEC countries had reached a preliminary agreement to freeze output at current levels. However, it is worth noting that this was seen as negative for oil prices. This is because the market had anticipated that if OPEC and non-OPEC countries had been able to reach an agreement like this, it would be for a production cut rather than them to freeze output at record levels. Furthermore, in terms of oil, we did have comments from Iran, who stated that while they are willing to take part in the production freeze, they would like to get up to pre-sanction levels first. And furthermore, in terms of oil prices, we did have contrasting data adding to the volatility, which came in the form of Tuesday's APIs, which saw a 3.3 million barrel drawdown, which contrasted with the DOEs on Wednesday, which saw a 2.4 million barrel build. Moving away from oil prices, we did also see the ECB and the Fed release their minutes this week. However, both were a relative non-event given their dated nature, although it is worth noting in terms of the Fed minutes, they did state that a number of Fed officials stated that their inflation outlook had become more uncertain. Furthermore, on Thursday we also had earnings from the likes of Walmart, and this is considered to be the end of earnings season. However, it is worth noting that we do have a few large caps next week, the most prominent of which is Home Depot. Finally, in terms of the back end of this week, attention was turned to the EU's discussion with the UK in regards to the potential Brexit vote. In terms of a date set for the vote, it is worth noting that UK Prime Minister David Cameron did cancel his meeting with his cabinet on Friday afternoon, which was expected to potentially hold the date for the referendum if they had reached an agreement. However, we have now heard that the discussions are expected to continue throughout Friday evening and potentially beyond there, so it's definitely worth looking out for the progress there. In terms of the rest of the data next week, attention will be on earnings in the form of the HSBC for the FTSE 100, and furthermore we have the UK GDP, the European CPI, as well as the annualised figure for GDP from the US, and also we have the PCE deflator, which will be in focus given its prominence by the Fed. That's it from me. Have a very good weekend, and I'll see you next week.